14. Temperance. To whomever it may concern. My name is Ruby Sprint. For the past 8 years, I have been the Commander-in-Chief of the Earth, Unicorn and Pegasus forces. I have always taken pride in my position, and in my soldiers. I have always strived for excellence, both within and under my command. Equestria has always been a beacon of hope and light for the rest of the world, and in every stallion, mare, griffin and dragon I welcomed into my ranks, I sought to instill an understanding of their duty to protect that flame of hope from the world outside that would seek to snuff it out, so that they may better enjoy the darkness. I was a good soldier, a good leader. I was vigilant, but, alas, so concerned with those seemingly omnipresent outside threats as I was, I failed to notice the rot taking place within Equestria, and within my ranks. The loss of Princess Twilight shook us all, to some extent, but I don't think any of us truly comprehended how devout Admiral Gallus, or the Regent, as I understand he's taken to calling himself, truly was. Perhaps he is as insane as they say. Perhaps it is all simply an act. Sequestered in his palace, shut off from the world, it is impossible to know. I can remember well the first time I oversaw a wave of arrests for these so-called collaborators. We took as many as 50 prisoners that night, mostly nobodies, whose only crime was that they had been overheard speaking favorably of Flurry Heart to one of their neighbors. I was troubled, of course, who would not be? But I believed the official line, that these were dangerous traitors to our country. I oversaw their trials. Looking back now, I can see them for the sham that they were, but at the time, the pretense, the trappings of legitimacy, were enough to quell my moral troubles. Whispers became slogans. Slogans beget protests. Protests which could not be ignored. I was given my orders. Some of my soldiers refused to comply, and walked away. They have my undying admiration. But every time some walked away, those who remained were concentrated into a crueler, more brutal spirit. The list of atrocities they would commit, that I would commit, grew longer. Some reveled in it. Soon, there were no more trials. When my soldiers dragged a prisoner into the back of a chariot, I knew with a sinking certainty it was the last time he would be seen again. I know many are skeptical of the stories of work camps in the north. Do not be. I have visited them many times. I helped build them. Last week, I was ordered to pacify a village occupied by protesters. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Every night, when I go to sleep, I hear their screams. I can smell the burning buildings, and my hooves. There's so much blood on them. I can see it, every time I look down. It won't come off. Tomorrow, I am scheduled to pacify a town almost 3 times its size. I have overheard some of my soldiers rave about the brutality they will have the opportunity to engage in with genuine enthusiasm. With every day, every passing sun, I have seen the shadows of this nation grow longer. I have seen the darkest of impulses inflicted upon the most helpless of victims, and done nothing to stop it. Out of cowardice, out of fear, at one point, out of patriotism. Every time I transgressed a boundary, I promised myself, the next one would be the last. Every time, I lied to myself. I would bid you good luck, dear reader, but I fear it would be a fruitless exercise. If even a shred of harmony is left within you, then you, like me, will have lost all hope. Indeed, hope seems a strange and foreign word in this world that I have helped create it. May Providence have mercy on Equestria. She will have no mercy upon me. Ruby Sprint.
This was found next to her body. Your Regency.
Gallus scanned the letter briefly. His right eye twitched intermittently as he read. General Sprint's lifeless corpse, foaming at the mouth slightly, laid at the base of his claws.
Who was her second in command? I am, Your Regency.
Gallus glanced up at Morning Star. The unicorn's features were handsome, his mane and tail groomed to perfection, yet his deep purple eyes were utterly empty. The stallion's reputation for brutality and sadism exceeded legend, causing some to dismiss him as little more than a sick myth. Many whispered behind their backs that he did not possess a conscience. Amongst the few who wished to be counted as his peers, it was an open fact.
Congratulations on your promotion, General Star. You may resume your predecessor's work. Use whatever methods you see suitable. As you wish, Your Regency. I am your most humble servant.
End of Part 2. End of chapter.